Hey, I'm Taylor Young and you're checking out my preset pack for the STL ToneHub plugin. The most important thing for me in the studio when making a record is to make something that stands out and is not just kind of like every other thing. I want every record to end up kind of unique. It's better to have something stand out than get lost in the crowd. Guitar tones for guitar music ends up being, the kind of bread and butter for what it's going to sound like, and I think the ones that are available here are definitely different than what you normally hear. When I'm searching for a guitar tone for a record, it kind of is obviously dependent on their songs, but what kind of tuning they play in. Maybe they want to be a little tighter, maybe they want to be a little bit more fuzzy. Some bands want to be as doomy as possible, but it all just kind of is more dependent on what complements their songs. I think what's unique about my pack is the extra intensity and aggression that's in there, and kind of push the envelope a little bit more than the stuff available. I think it's just strictly heavy stuff. If you play like super aggressive hardcore death metal, this is going to be the one for you. Other packs are probably more well-rounded as far as tones, but I think this is just as hard as it gets. I used a lot of classic stuff. I used Marshall JCM 800, a Marshall Silver Jubilee. I've also got some weird stuff like a Sun Model T and Yamaha T50, which is modded to be like an early Soldano amp. My first reaction to the plugin was honestly pure surprise. I am definitely an amp guy and rarely use plugins. It was kind of crazy to plug in and really hear my sounds that I'm used to making or hearing, and it was honestly shocking. It gives you a little bit more of the real amp feeling of like air being pushed out of speakers and things like that, where a lot of amp sims kind of fall flat. My favorite feature in ToneHub is probably actually being able to use the amp EQ in a mix as opposed to using a plug-in EQ or some external one, because it shapes the tone not super drastically, but enough to just kind of make it fit around the mix. This is definitely a tool for others in various ways. I think people can use it on records. I will use it on records moving forward. People can use it for inspiration, for looking for amps, or people can use it to write easier at home. Specifically, the way that the plugin can be used outside of a DAW is super versatile, and if you're trying to get heavy tones at home and you maybe don't have amps or gear or anything like that, you're gonna get what you're looking for, I think people will like this pack just because it gives a variety for what's out there and kind of turns things up to 11 a little bit more if they're really searching for super aggressive stuff and to create deep sounds and bright chainsaw guitars and really gnarly bass tones. This is gonna be the one for you.